As some wise person on the internet once said, you can always enjoy a video game, a cartoon show, or any online content without ever interacting with a fandom. At first, I thought this statement was a bit harsh because I believe that there are always the good, the bad, and the ugly in any online community out there, and you should not generalize or slander the whole community as a bad community over a few horrible individuals who happen to be in there. But perhaps the good does not always triumph in the Coffin fandom, and sometimes we can't do anything but watch the dark side overwhelm the things we love and the people we trust. I'm not saying that the Coffin of Andy and Lele fandom is like the worst or one of the worst fandom I ever joined, but the show has been going through a lot of hardships ever since the release of episode 2. We have Twitter, game journalists, and so-called game critics shit on us every day. Every 2 weeks there's gotta be a Discord drama, like someone being exposed as a redditor. Every 2 months there's gotta be some sort of civil war because a part of this fandom suffers from media illiteracy just as much as your average Twitter user. People who keep having the urge to inform everyone that they like the game but not the incest, even though no one asked. People who keep saying that incest is bad even though we all know it's bad. People who like the game mostly because of the incest and they ironically or unironically act like some crazy degenerates all the time. No matter how many times someone explains why this game does not glorify, romanticize, normalize incest and that the whole game is not all about incest, certain people in this fandom still refuse to believe it, or they just wouldn't get it. And at the same time, there are people who only care about pink pixel and green pixels overlapping each other. I mean, I was in the Helltaker community back in 2020 and 2021. More than half of the fan contents over there were just giving girls porn, so I got used to seeing just how horny people can be over video game characters. However, because this is the Coven of Andy and Lele, a complex psychological horror game which even the Australian Classification Board had to admit that the incest is necessary to the narrative of this game, then some of you all need to stop treating it like a porn game because if it was, then this game would have received the X rating. And the other some of you all should also stop complaining about incest being unnecessary to this game's story. The game also literally let you choose to go full incest or go full hatred. You were given the piece of cake you wanted, but now you want the whole cake? Get out of here. These people always make it sound like you must have an incest fetish in order to enjoy this game, which is weird as hell. I mean, do you have to enjoy cannibalism or murdering parents in order to enjoy this game? I don't think so. In my personal view, those are not even the biggest problems with this fandom, because it seems that all of this has something to do with the minors who actively engage with this fandom. Sometimes I think to myself, thanks namely for the incest in my coffin. Why? Because if this game didn't have anything that could disgust the majority of people, especially kids, then its fandom might turn into the next Undertale fandom. Now I know some or most of you would say that you have played more violent and extreme video games as a kid, you watch gore at the age of 7, you cut your wrist at the age of 12, but this is not about a kid having the ability to comprehend the dark themes that this game has or not. This is about the online safeties and behaviors. I understand that there are kids who are well aware of the contents of this game and they simply just want a place where they can communicate with others who also like this game. But then you have to make sure that they don't run into redditors or being influenced by deranged individuals in this fandom. There have been several cases of redditors who were exposed in this fandom. There were kids who gathered their own group of other kids to do raids and harass other people over some fan art they didn't like. It's only a matter of time until some popular content creators catch up with this fandom and make videos about how the Coffin of Andy and Lady fandom is full of predators. People in this fandom send pipe bombs and poisoned food to each other's home over the slightest disagreement. Now you might think that I'm a bit paranoid. Maybe I am.
Me and my homies are mentally ill. Me and my homies are straight. Me and my homies live in a padded cell.
It's kind of weird to see a father and son so romantically involved on range day.
Not in the South.
It's normal. A lot of guys down here with sister wives, I hear. You made me want to marry my sister and reproduce.
Perhaps now is not a great time to be a fan of this game, but I wouldn't just leave because of some stupid shit that happened in the fandom. I want things to improve. I want people to acknowledge what the hell is going on in this fandom so we can at least do something. That's why I made this video. The next time you see someone cover Coffin Civil War, they may not be so tolerant. Basically, if shit hits the fan, then you gotta get out of the Coffin fandom for the sake of your sanity. You will need it when episode 3 finally comes out. I'll see you in the next Coffin Progress Report video, and that's all of it. Goodbye, and have a good night. And remember to take things easy. We are so desensitized to violence in video games, to the point that we get paranoid over the slightest sexual undertones, because it's obscene.